Good afternoon. This is Rich. We're back. This is the Suffolk Crunch. It's match preview time. Town versus Derby at Portman Road tomorrow afternoon, 3 p.m. kickoff as Town look to get their first win of the season in the Championship. Firstly, we will go for 111 likes on this video. Hit subscribe. Turn on your notifications bell, and if you want some merch, head over to Bad Shirt Club on the net. Hats, bucket hats actually, jackets, shirts, and all that kind of gear. Use the code TSC30 at the checkout for 30% off when you purchase. So if you're in the live chat, get involved. Obviously, we're going to focus on Town versus Derby. But obviously, first, we have to talk about the big news today. I think it's about, 10 o'clock? 10:30. Town announced the signing of Marcelino Nunez from the old enemy. He is a Blue. It was a fantastic reveal. Danny Haynes was in on it. And he even wore blue boots. So even more of a shithouse than I actually thought he was. So we will welcome Nunez to the Town for 4 years. He signed a 4-year deal, reportedly about 7.5 million, rising to 10. Good evening. It's afternoon at the minute, Ian. Hope you're good. Asmark, afternoon. Anyone else, get involved in the comments. What's your thoughts on Nunez? I think we should be really happy with it. He's obviously crossed the divide for the first time in 24 years. Andy Marshall was the last player to make that move. Didn't go that well for Marshy at Town. Obviously, a bit of a different position when you're in goal and you're obviously getting the stick from the fans. But yeah, Nunez is in. Obviously, McKenna's very excited. He said to have him involved. Won't be involved tomorrow. He's got a little ankle knock that he picked up against Pompey. Should be fit after the international break. So we'll hopefully see him in action against Sheffield United. Nunez quality, says Adrian. Ryan says, looking fresh with a trim. Right. So I've got to give a shout out. Went to have me Barnet done. From a guy called Junior. But my mate Joe, he's a Town fan. He works in the barbers, and he's a massive Gabriel fan. He will know what I'm on about. I said I'd give him a shout out. So shout out Joe. He's probably still trimming hair as we're speaking, but hopefully he'll be watching on the catch up. Anyway, Stephen Mower says, hi Rich, great signing. So we've got him in the door, Nunez. EGELI, he is at the football club. He is having a medical. He might have had his medical. It was booked in for this afternoon. I got a message from somebody. We all see him on the plane this morning, making the journey over. Look, this is an exciting signing for Town. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get it over the line. Comes with a big reputation. He's played for Norway for the senior team. 19-year-old. He's got the power, he's got the pace, he's got a left foot, plays sort of off the right, maybe end up as a striker, but probably that's where he'll probably play for Town. As Mark says, very excited by the last 24 hours. If EGELI joins too, it will be a much better transfer window. We will do a transfer roundup on Monday evening when the window slams shut, as they say. Just closes, doesn't it? The window closes. No, it's slam shut. We will be doing a live show Monday evening, so get involved in that if you're about. But yeah, he looks like he's going to be signing, and McKenna did even he spoke about him in today's press conference, which is pretty sort of unusual for Kieran, because he doesn't really like to talk about other teams' players. But I think it's no secret that he is at the club, and he's probably going to sign on the dotted line. Hopefully, sometime this evening. We might do another live if it turns out that he signs tonight. Adrian says this is turned into a very good window. Great window, says Electric Trust. New name in the chat. Thanks for joining in. Now Taylor and Johnson to move on would be perfect. Well, Nunez takes it up to 30 in the squad, and you've got to lose 5. EGELI doesn't come into that equation because obviously his age. So we've got to lose 5 players. So be interested in the chat, and if you're watching back, who's the 5 players that you would lose? But anyway, tomorrow it's Derby at Portman Road. John Eustace is the gaffer at Derby. They have had a defeat, 3-1 on the opening day of the season against Stoke. Then a mad game at it's Pride Park. I'm not sure what it's called now, but it's probably got a fancy sponsor. Winning 3-2 against Cov with about 18 minutes left, and then let 3 goals in about 6 or 7 minutes and lost that game 5-3. And then last Friday night, they were 1-0 down and scored a late equaliser against Bristol City, and that was their first point of the season so far. Carlton Morris, 3-3. He's obviously signed from Luton. Good afternoon, Shane. Adrian says, fans feel good for Derby game. Let's finish it off with a win. Yeah, I think it'd be really positive atmosphere tomorrow. Off the back of a defeat against Preston, you might have thought it might be a little bit quiet, but I don't think it will be tomorrow. I think with the signings, I think it'll be a bounce in Portman Road. Richard Chandler, good afternoon, Rich. Excellent signings. He says, Townsend, Ali, Harry Clark don't get registered, in my opinion. Humphrey's out on loan, and he expects Wolfenden likely to go as well. I would chuck in Elkan Baggott as well, Rich, probably for a loan move. Would be good to get a win before the international break, says as Mark. Trevor says Townsend, obviously, plus Harry Clark, Ali Al-Hamadi, Baggott, and Humphreys. Humphreys got a little injury. So's Ali and so's Harry Clark. They're progressing well, Kieran said. Probably it's not going to affect if there was a loan move for any of them 3, because he did sort of speak that they're probably back involved after the international break. Good afternoon, Kev. Hope you're well, mate. Afternoon, Rich. Who would be the equivalent of Nunez signing to Ipswich, player going straight to Norwich of the current squad? I spoke to one of my mates this morning about this. I would probably say probably a Jens Kajust if he'd been at town for a little while, you know. Pig Vomit. Can you shout out my... I'm not reading it out. You nearly had me there. Baggott is well on loan, says Rich. I forgot about him. Leif Davis. Yeah, that's a really good shout. That is the equivalent of one of the town sort of mainstays going to a rival. I see Ben Napper's come out and he's explained why they've sold him. They sort of went into all the scenarios. And I guess, look, he looks at it a little bit different than a fan. I think as fans, we're all invested and we're all quite emotional, aren't we, in these things? And some of the head losses has been absolutely brilliant. But he looks at it from a business point of view. And I think if you look at it as from Norwich as a business point of view, they've got what? It's going to rise to 10 million. Their fans saying, keep him, put him in the reserves. He can rot and he can go on a free. It doesn't make any business sense, really, when you think about it. So, this is an Ipswich Town video. I'm not a Tottenham fan. What a weird comment that is. Kev says, what do you think of the video of Hernandez threatening to break him? Sean says, afternoon, Rich. Town signings coming along nicely. Right, so we all see that Onel Hernandez. Graham in Nashville. Weather report, please. Can we have a weather report from Nashville? Exciting signings. Starting lineup after the international break will be interesting. Luca says it would be like Chaplin going to Norwich when he was in his prime. Yeah, love the shithousery of the launch video, says Rich. Would love us to have Nunez on the programme cover for Ipswich and Norwich. Ryan says, do I think there'll be any more signings? I don't think so. Apart from EGELI, but we'll just have to wait and see. I've totally lost my track of train of thought, what I was just about to talk about. I'm trying to read all the comments, and I'm trying to... what was I talking about, everybody? Remind me. I've lost the plot. EGELI looks like a good signing. Can I say hello, Azerbaijan? Hello. How are you doing? I can't remember what I was talking about. I've totally lost it. Anyway, 94 people in, 111 likes. Everybody at this point, please press the thumbs up button and hit the like. And if you are new here, please subscribe. there you go. On with the preview of Derby. Yeah, I'm getting old. Don't worry about that. 84 Fahrenheit, sunny, says Graham. To Shat, thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much. Graham, get all your guys and your friends in Nashville to watch this and get them all to subscribe. You were talking about Derby. Yeah, we'll get on to Derby. Daniel Joel, hello. Are you a Borough fan, Daniel? Frederick says Portsmouth are the best. Not if you're a Southampton fan. Thank you, Eric, for that. Thank you for that, Eric. Marvellous. Well done. Derby tomorrow. Yeah, 2 losses and a... it's another view, Eric. Nunez being Chilean hasn't a clue or care about the rivalry. Can't even speak English. He said, come on the tractor, boys, Trevor, in his little video. So there you go. Yeah, Derby, 2 defeats, 1 point. Colton Morris, leading scorer with 3. Signed Lewis Travis this week. Quite a lot of ex-Blackburn down there. Well, you're not going to get a shout out, are you? Eric, don't be so silly. Travis, look, they obviously survived last season from obviously struggling, coming up. So it was all about sort of just staying in the league. They're probably looking to progress this season. Ben Turner says Norwich going up, Ipswich going down. I don't think so. I don't know how to do that, but just ignore them. Just ignore them. They'll get bored. They usually do. Well, they might not, but they can keep watching. It's more views if you're watching. But I'm not going to read out your comments if you are a bit of a knob. So, sensible conversation only in here. We can talk about other teams, not just Town. If you're a football fan, come and get involved. I don't mind talking about any football team, even those up the road, you know. Michael Thornton says, there's another stupid comment. I mean, ridiculous. Anyway, Messi or Ronaldo. Xavi Simons, he is signing for Tottenham. I was reading today. No, I don't like Bristol City. He was going to sign for Chelsea, wasn't he? I see they're signing Garnacho. Look, the window is going to get a little bit mad. Hey, Harps, how you doing? Ashton coming good. Was there any doubt? I will say Mark Ashton has been MIA, missing in action, and then I spot him on the socials having a picture with Nunez. Didn't see him having a picture with David Button when he signed. Just saying. Should win tomorrow, Lee says. Signing starting to be exciting. 10 in the door now. 10 in the door. EGELI will be number 11, hopefully. Nunez is going to wear the number 32 shirt. We have still got the number 8 shirt going free, so hopefully someone might take that. SP says, I think we still need a big target man. Triple O. Now that team is slowly coming together, what would be your ideal front three after the international break? And now Eric's saying he loves this channel. Well, we like love here, Eric. So, yes. Mad yesterday, says Rax Max. Will EGELI be the last? We are playing Derby tomorrow. Lee, we're not going to up front anytime soon. Electric Trust says EGELI to take the 8. I did see earlier Gus Hamer. He's available. 15 to 20 million, maybe an obligation to buy, moving him out on loan. Would you be up for Gus Hamer, Town fans? I would definitely. Hayden Hackney not coming. If he goes anywhere, it's going to be Premier League. Gareth Sutton, hello, how are you doing? Hit the like button, please, Gareth. Eric, subscribe, come on. Dodson Wu, I think Smods needs to get his arse in gear. Ask Mark, who would you least like to see leave to balance the squad numbers? Probably Wolfenden. It's like Trevor says, if Wolfie leaves, does it bring in another centre back? And SP says, is Wolfie leaving? Well done, Eric. Thank you very much. Yeah, look, we all are a bit sad when these double promotion winners depart. He'll cut quite hard when Wolfenden goes because obviously he's a Wolfie as slow as my pond snail, says Dodson Woo. Harsh, very harsh. He's been a really good player for Town, but at 26 now he needs to be playing. You know, Wickham versus Stevenage score prediction. What team do you support first? And then I will give you my prediction. But yeah, Wolfie leaving. I think he probably will move on. I think. I'm hoping he doesn't. Obviously. Yeah, look, up the chair, boys. How have you started? They're not doing too well on the Dodds, are you, so far? Stevenage has started well. I'll go for a 1-1 draw tomorrow. Yvonne Azon, is he arrived? He trained, Andrew. He's trained today with the group, as Kieran said. Possibly could be involved tomorrow off the bench. But yeah, get back to Derby. If they have a finish between 14th and sort of 17th, 18th, I think that's a season of progression for them. They're obviously looking for their first win tomorrow. Harp says, still going to take several games to settle. Can see us going on a mad run after Nunez hat-trick on the 5th. Gareth, we are Town supporters in here. So, who do you support? Kev Hansen, Norwich are getting worried because if Nunez wasn't any good, they wouldn't get upset. Why is one eyebrow higher than the other? I've got no idea what these people are talking about. It's Friday. These people have been on the beers. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to line up with... He supports Liverpool. There has to be some outs, at least 3 out on transfers. First game of the season tomorrow, leaving Reading. 9:30, might see it tomorrow. I might do, Ryan, I'll probably go straight in the ground because I'm working, and then I'll probably go straight there. Probably leave about 1-ish from Newmarket. Palmer in the nets. Greaves and O'Shea. Leaf Davis. Obviously left back. I'm going for a debut at right back. I'm going for Darnell Furlong. Kieran said that he will be involved tomorrow. If that's a start or is it from the bench, I don't know. He's been captain of West Brom in the 3 games so far. 2 in midfield. I'm going to go Matasiwu and Jens Kajus with his first start. I think he should be ready now to play. Jens won't play the full game. Probably come off for Jack Taylor, but should be looking to get 60, 65 in his legs. Demo says, how long do we give for all these new players to gel together? Slow start. We need a home win. SP says, is Johnson leaving? I'm not sure. He might be one that they look to move out between now and Monday. He's on a decent whack, I'm led to believe. Thank you, Gareth. So, yeah, if Ben Johnson goes... I think they're a bit overloaded now with right backs. Harry Clark's there. Ashley Young can play there. Furlong. But yeah, Jens in the centre. Right-hand side tomorrow, I'm going to go Casey McAteer. He's going to make his first start. Jack Clark don't want to see him playing out there again. Not on the right. In the 10, I'm probably going to start with Smodix at home. Philogene on the left. And George Hurst up front. You're going to have... Ali Al-Hamadi is injured, mate. He's got a bit of a calf strain, and they're probably going to look to loan him out. I would have thought between now and Monday, the end of the window, I think he'll probably get out on loan. It's not going to be in the 25. And then look, we got some good subs tomorrow. You got Akpon to come on, Clark hopefully on the left, or you could push Sammy out there. Where does Connor Chaplin fit in now? Because he might fall down the pecking order a little bit. It's going to be interesting. Harps, he had a medical issue. He's probably going to be on the bench tomorrow, so he could come on, make his debut. That's probably why. I think it was an obligation to buy, and then they changed the terms, and now it's just a straight loan. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to do another 5 minutes. I want to get to 50 likes before I go. So, whack the old thumbs up button. Get involved. Not going to answer that ridiculous comment. Who's that guy in your garden? There's no one in the garden. Look at that sky. It was raining earlier. Wherever you are, was it raining where you were today? It was absolutely lashing down. I thought summer was over, and now the sun's out. But tomorrow I am going to go. Here we go. Get your score predictions in Birmingham v Leicester. Right, Hearts, if you haven't watched me, I was on the final whistle last night. I'm on there every Thursday night at 6 p.m. with Jack and Steve. They are both Leicester fans, and we give our championship predictions for the rounds. I am top after 3. I've got 5 correct predictions so far, and I'm going to go tonight. Birmingham City versus Leicester is actually at Leicester. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in that game. So what do you think? Everyone in the chat. SP says 3-0 Town. Electric Trust says 2-0 Town. That is my prediction tomorrow, 2-0. I think it's going to be hopefully the first clean sheet. Trevor says 2-1. We don't do clean sheets. We need to keep a clean sheet. Rax Max, I have no doubt tomorrow's first win. Mood has been uplifted this week with transfers. Arse Mark, 3-1 Town. Kevin says, cover needed for Leaf and maybe another defensive DM and let Taylor go. I think we've got the cover there now for Leaf Davis. Young can play over there. Furlong can play over there. Demo says 2-0 Town. Harp says 4-0 Town. Ian says, the Preston player played for the penalty, saw where Greaves was and fell over him. Con the ref, 2-1 Town. Adrian Bayfield, we will be welcoming him back, Caden Jackson, tomorrow, but he will not be scoring a hat-trick. I would be massively amazed if Caden Jackson, he would probably on the bench tomorrow. I thought, yeah, get a good reception. GVT, I think we'll get our first 2-0 win, which is good. A lot of positivity in the chat. It would be nice to get a clean sheet. Harps is confident, says Trevor. Yeah, I think, look, we all want to get that monkey off our back. Even if it was a late 1-0 win, I think we'd all really be happy with that. It would be really nice if we could keep a clean sheet and get a 2-goal or even a 3-0 win. You know, it'd be good for confidence. And then we go into the break. We've obviously got 2 weeks off. There'll be players probably going away on international duty. What we got? O'Shea's going. Smodix is going. Jack Taylor is going. Electric Trust says, mood is good now. Crowd up for it. Harps, he's actually said, sorry, I meant to say 4 shots on target, Trev, not necessarily the scoreline. Form says 2-0. Town says Stephen Gerlin. Right, we need 2 more people to like this video. And then we're up to 50, and then I can stop rabbing. International break is probably what we need, says SP. Yeah, I agree with that. Time on the grass, as they say now in all these phrases. Get on the training field. Hopefully the majority will still be here. Obviously, what we got, Hurst is going away for Scotland. I don't know if Cajusta's got picked for Sweden. Not sure. But we'll have some of these. The new signings will obviously be here, hopefully. Raxmax says 3-0 Town. But yeah, time on the training field is what we need. And then we need to get a settled team. Now we've got a lot more firepower off the bench. Will be really helpful. Infamous Greggy G says 3-1 to the Tractor Boys, which is what we all want to see. Kevin says Azon to score tomorrow. Hyperblocks1 says hello. Right, this is where I am with Azon. Not that I've seen a great deal of him. I'm not 100% sold on him. He could come on tomorrow. He could score a couple of goals. He could look really good. Maybe I've gone too early. But bodies in the building. Best versions of ourselves. Infamous Greggy G. Have you got any more phrases that we can use? Mark Ashton, give me some oxygen. We need oxygen. GVT says we have a quarter of the Republic's internationals. Right, 30 seconds to go. If you could sign one more player in any position, who would it be and why? Quickly, 30 seconds. You haven't got long. Get it in the chat. Like I say, we'll be back possibly later on if EGELI signs. If not, we'll be back on Sunday at some point. I've got a game to ref Sunday afternoon. So probably sometime Sunday tea time. We'll be breaking down the game. And hopefully it'll be the first win. Jordan James says Kevin. He would be on my list. He was on my list Last summer I wanted him. Don't know anything about Azon, so we'll reserve comments, said Trevor. We all wish him the best. We do agree with that. JC ITFC says, afternoon, Rich. Give me Jordan James simply because the club wants him. Neil says, Azon more likely to play left or right mid than up front. He's a striker, Neil, so I'd expect him to be playing there. He's good in the air, so I've been told. Sargent to set up to upset City even more. Raxmax says, not Calvin Phillips, not Kelvin. It's Calvin. Come on. Ashton Lugs loves a Axel. Not sure what that means. Delap on loan, says GVT. Anyway, I'm done. I'm going to go and have a bit of dinner. Caracas or whatever his name is. Says infamous Greggy G. Maybe another centre half. Anyway, cheers for watching, everyone. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe. Tell all your friends. Come and get involved over here. We're trying to get 10,000 subscribers. I know we're 1,500 away. And I know it's slow progress. But we'll get there in the end. You got to think big. Anyway, I'm thinking big tomorrow. It's going to be Town 2. It's going to be Derby nil. It's going to be the first 3 points of the season. We're all going to go home happy. We're all going to go out on Saturday night. We'll have a few beers. We'll be in a lot better place. We got the first win. We've almost got everyone in the building that we probably want. Maybe another one, possibly. You don't know what's going to happen on deadline day. Probably be a few outs, I would have thought, which is probably more likely than ins. Anyway, Upper Town says Greggy. Cheers, Cruncher, says Shane. We will be back at some point, probably on Sunday. Enjoy your weekends. Enjoy the game tomorrow if you're going. Let's get behind the boys. Let's get that first win over the line. There you go. There's another a phrase for you, infamous Greggy G. Over the line. Can Town get over the line tomorrow? Anyway, what's for tea? Mac and cheese. Anyway, on that note, thank you for watching, everybody, and we will see you maybe later. Keep across the socials. If EGELI signs, we're going to be here. Maybe for 5 minutes just to chat about it, because it's what we do. Anyway, enjoy your tea, what you're having, or is it dinner? Have a beer, chill out, and yeah, we will see you all soon. All the best.